Good morning, Unity. So grateful for all of you here today. What a gorgeous day. What nice weather we've had. Isn't that amazing? Not too hot, but it's going to be too hot. But the evenings have been cool for like 2 days, so feels like a break. Okay, I invite you, if you want to move some energy out of your body and dance with me, if you want to. Once everybody gets here. Carzell, Frank, Tommy, Frank. Come on, everybody. Well, until they get here. Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for all of us gathered here. I'm so grateful to be able to share in this energy with everyone. So grateful for all that we have. We got food, we got a roof, we got clean water. We have so much that takes us through this life, even with all the other junk. We get to be here together, elevating each other, lifting each other, shining our light to and through each other so that we can be part of this world and bring a little more joy to all of those that we encounter. And so it is.
There's a light in my life shining over me. There's a light in my life shining over me. Let your blessing from above fill me with that precious love. There's a light in my life shining over me. Oh, sometimes I sit and wonder why strange things happen to me. Then again I feel my friends are gone, yeah. But if I put my trust in spirit, my burdens will not tear. Don't you see there's a light in my life shining over me? Walk with me, oh talk with me, please stay close by my side. Be my shelter, be my comfort, be my guide. I was blind but now I see, Spirit came and rescued me. There's a light in my life shining over me. There's a light in my life shining over me. There's a light in my life shining over me. Let your blessing from above fill me with that precious love. There's a light in my life shining over me. Hey, thank you.
Good morning, Unity of Omaha. How are y'all this morning? Thank you so much for being here, those in the sanctuary, those at home, and I am blessed to be with you today. I just am so awed to be one of you and part of you, and thank you so much for loving me right back. So I'm Kathy Bratberg. I am a member of your board. And today, before I start, we're in the middle of the Lionsgate Energy Portal, which happens to peak on August 8th, which is kind of a big day because it's my birthday, but it's also a wedding day for someone that we know and love. So bring on the energy. It's hugely for transformation, so let's be open to that. So today is the day we celebrate birthdays, anniversaries, all of the above, something special. So if any of you have any of those, could anyone stand up? Right, and I'm up. There you go. All right. So I bet somewhere there's some music or a song that might be sung for this occasion.
Okay, y'all know how we do. We turn it up in here, even in the morning time. If you having a good time, come on, won't y'all say, woo! All right, can we celebrate the birthdays and the weddings coming up? Yo, do like this. Hey, hey, hey. All right, here I go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Come on, everybody, go like this. Yeah. Y'all might as well turn it up. Hey. Yeah, 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 yeah. Here I go. Listen. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Yeah, 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 yeah.
All right, so here's the announcements. So next Sunday after celebration in the history room, we have the sound bowls with Teresa. So that's always an interesting and uplifting event. So Brenda is getting ready to host a new 5 Principles, new member class. Starts September 1st, Tuesdays at 11:30 in person or Zoom, and 7 p.m. at Zoom only. Classes on the 5 Principles can find the book in the bookstore or other retailers. The class is open to anyone new, wanting to become a member, or wanting a refresher. And those 5 Principles, honestly, I've used them. They've saved my life many times. So please learn them and live them because they're awesome. All right, so next Sunday is Drumming Circle in the History Room after celebration. All right, now we're doing Meet the Board. Yeah, so I feel like I'm kind of humbled up here, tooting my own horn, but I'll do it anyway because, what the heck. Thank you. So this month we're celebrating me. What can I say? So I serve the board as the treasurer, and I've been coming to Unity since about 2009. And when Reverend Barry was here, I can't exactly come with the exact date, but I just remember Barry was here for a year. And I have 2 daughters, grown daughters, Brandy and Abby, who are truly the lights of my life, and my 4 granddaughters, Sophie, Sammy, Ella, and Jen, who are also lights of my life. They're hearts of my heart, and they're just the best, as all of our families are. The reason I love Unity so much is because of this community. I felt like home from the first moment I walked in the door. Sat in the back for the first year, but once I decided to get off my derriere and join some things, it even made it better. I hadn't felt that way in a church for a very long time, so this place was so welcoming, as I hope it is to all of you. And there's so many opportunities to get involved, and maybe I'm an overachiever, but you know what? Join in. That's really how you feel complete. And here's the fun fact. So back in 1969, I had a friend who went to school in South Dakota. And he was coming back for the weekend, and he brought this guy back, and he said, do you want to go on a blind date? I'm like, blind dates. And the guy had to have a picture of me before he'd go on a date. And I thought, wow, guy's a piece of work. But I thought I went anyway. And I married him and lived with him happily for 52 years. So you know what? Those weird blind dates can turn into something pretty cool. So Circulation Day is rolling around, Saturday, August 29th. So time to start cleaning the closets, drawers, and cupboards. And if you look at my house, my kids would say, "Get busy, Mom. You got a lot of work ahead of you." We need volunteers, and there's lots of volunteer opportunities that week of August 24th to 28th, and which is the 29th. There are people to sit out here with the doors open so people can bring all their wares and then kind of help organize them. And I guess we're going to hang them up this year, which is going to be much better than all those clothes randomly laying all over those tables. You can sign up in the e-blast or in the cafe booth. And then now, once the volunteers are got, they'll let us know. Pet Ministry, they're doing a raffle for fundraising for that ministry. It's a Husker party basket with all kinds of goodies in it, including a $50 gift card to Pizza Hut. It's $1 for one ticket or $5 for 6 tickets. You can purchase your tickets in the booth, and the drawing will be at the Makers Market on August 22nd. Okay, Brenda's going to speak to this one.
Sit down. I got mine. Thanks. We are getting new chairs. The chairs are ready. And so we need help, though. They won't unload them from the truck. Wah, wah. So August 6th on Thursday, this Thursday. Wow, that went fast. At 8 a.m., if you can be here to help us unload the chairs. We've got about 250 chairs, I believe, we ordered. So we will need help. Please come, meet us up front here, and we'll just hopefully get all those chairs off that truck really quick and get them set up here. So if you can, that would be great. You can let Valerie know or myself know, or just show up Thursday morning at 8 a.m., okay? Also, there have been some interest. Some people want to buy these chairs. So if you want to buy your chair today, if it means that much to you, which it does, some people, these chairs are on sale for $5. And then on Monday, next Monday, we'll open it up to the public for $10. But so today, if you want to take your chair with you, give Valerie $5 or myself, and then take your chair, all right? Because that'll be less chairs that we have to figure out what to do with. So again, $5 a chair. Take your chair with you today. Help us Thursday at 8 a.m. And then the next Sunday when you guys come in, and even for y'all's wedding, we'll have new chairs.
All right, so in that energy of newness and transformation, let's take a time to go into meditation. So I want everyone to just settle in your chairs, get comfortable, wiggle around until you are. Feel your sit bones on the chair beneath you, your feet on the floor, your back against the backrest. Take a breath and breathe into your heart space. Close your eyes and just be for a minute. And as always, let's take all that junk that circulates around in our energy fields and in our brain every day, which really doesn't serve us. And today we're going to put it in a big old helium balloon. And then just let it go. Let it just drift up and drift away, because it's nothing you really need anyway. So today I want you to suspend belief and just step into a new energy. Imagine that there's an amazing field of energy that surrounds us, that's through us, in us, as us. And it's not just that energy, it's the energy that created us, but it's the energy that created the planets and the moons and the stars and the suns and the galaxies and the black holes and the nebulae and the universe itself. And within that energy is all potentials, all knowing, all learning, all love, every single thing that we need to create us and things in our life. And within that energy is the web of life. All those threads that belong to the web, as Chief Seattle has said. And within that energy, there's everything. And it's all the beauty, every single thing that's out there for our creation. And so what if we believe that? And what if we believe that the energy was loving intelligence, that it was divine? Because our second principle said we are divine. And what if we really, really believed that? So in that belief, let us just for today love ourselves. No judgment, no distaste, just loving ourselves exactly where we are and who we are. And for all the things that we consider not right, just love them anyway. Because we are loving pieces of that divine energy, that little spark. And what if just for today we took our judgment back from families and family members that might irritate us? And what if we just took our judgment back and realized that they are also threads in the web of life, shimmering their web just like we shimmer ours? And if it maybe doesn't agree with us, but just take our judgment back. And what if we did that for our place of employment, our bosses, our coworkers? What if we just for today didn't judge them, just took our precious energy back and just let them be? And here's a good one. What if just for today we didn't judge the governments of the world? What if we just took all of our judgment off of that, took all of our precious energy back? Because in that judgment and in that anger, all we're doing is creating more of the same. So bring your precious energy back into your heart. And what if just for today we didn't judge big pharma or big ag or big business or big banking? Because when we take all those bigs away, there's just people there. People with the same hopes and fears and sadnesses and griefs and angers and all the things that we all share because we all shimmer our webs together. And what if just for today, with all that energy we pull back, we give a little bit of it to Mother Earth? Because having 8 billion of us running amok on her probably isn't all that easy. And just thank her for giving us a home and food and water and air, for just being for us no matter what we do. And take all that energy that now we've saved and realize that in that energy and in our hearts is where all creation happens. So today, just for today, let's imagine that world that we want. Imagine it with love and peace and joy and compassion, and know that in that energy is how we create. So just bring that all back to your heart and know that your heart is the best creator. There's so much energy in your heart. And if we can stay there in that love and compassion, oh my gosh, what a great world we could create. So just breathe into that. And I want you then to just feel yourselves back in your heart, back in your chairs, sit bones on the seat beneath you, feet on the floor, back against the backrest, and then just breathe life and energy. When you open your eyes, maybe there'll be a new you, a new environment, and a new time. Just saying. Namaste.
Listen to the music and let your body move. Music feeling good. Get down.
So today we are going to talk. I don't even think I put a little. Nope, I sure didn't. Today, Alicia, where are you hiding? Oh, nope, there. Nope, where is she? What? Oh, there she is. I'm like, wait, where is she? Alicia, you're a ninja. Pick your chair. And can you hand me that mic, please? I got so confused with the boogie oogieing. Okay, so we have been doing a series this year about the 5 principles, and we are number 4 which is prayer and meditation. So I did a talk about it last month to kind of explain what it was. And now we are going to have Alicia, like we have been doing, somebody in our community who can talk about how they used it in their life, how they're using it in their life, what showed up, things like that. And so Alicia is here today, and I want you all to know Alicia has been in this community for 20 years.
Actually, I want to correct that. I
A year?
miscalculated. I've been here for about 15.
Oh, 15. Okay. Still.
I just didn't want to misrepresent.
Oh, you're fine. And in case you didn't know, Alicia sits back in the booth, in the AV booth, and she does our live streaming. Yes.
Every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
I know the backs of everybody's heads.
Yes, she does. And she controls the camera, so you want to be nice to her. But before that, you did what?
Slides.
Slides.
Yeah.
Okay. So she's been back in the booth for 15 years.
15 years, yeah. It was my very first time when I was here that they announced that they were looking for someone to volunteer for slides. And I know PowerPoint inside and out, so I was like, maybe I'll do that. And then I was like, I'll do this for a year and see how it goes. And 15 years later, here I am.
Yes, absolutely. She's one of those people that is crucial to our team because, a lot of you, how many of you watched us on YouTube before you came in? Yeah, a lot. So, well enough. That if we didn't have YouTube or, even, what's it called?
Facebook.
A lot of people would not even know who we are, and they wouldn't even maybe, come in. A lot of people watch that first and then decide to come in because they've seen that it's not so scary. So thank you for your service, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yes. So let's get into it. So prayer and meditation. What did you first, when you heard that, I guess, what did you first feel about it?
Like the very first time?
Yeah.
So I started meditating when I was 18. I'm 52 for context. So it's been a long time. I can't say I really remember specifically what I felt about it, but I was doing a yoga class, and it was just part of the yoga class at the end of class. We would meditate, sometimes for 15 minutes, sometimes for 30 minutes. I do remember after a while I was like, I could sit here forever and just meditate. So that was, I've been meditating for so long, it's really just a part of my life at this point.
Yeah.
So
what about affirmative prayer? Was that
Affirmative
hard to get used to, or is it still hard to get used to?
It's still a little challenging sometimes. I didn't know about affirmative prayer until I started coming to Unity, and even then it took a few years for me to really start resonating with it. I didn't come from a religious background. So I didn't have any religious trauma, I guess, but I also didn't really consider prayer. I was always more Eastern leaning, so the idea of prayer really wasn't part of who I was at the time.
Right. Yeah.
So
And so how did you, when you started coming to Unity more and more, because you've really been here every Sunday. Well,
almost every Sunday.
and I want to, yes, when I started, when I became senior minister, I was like, you need vacations, because I'm not kidding. She was here every Sunday.
I don't know what a vacation is.
Well, now you do, though.
It's when I go work at
that's
something
true.
else.
Yeah, she does work at something else. But anyway, so when you were coming, how did you notice how things were changing and how maybe you were using either prayer or meditation more?
Yeah, for sure. I think that was a transitional point in my life to begin with. And I think, one, unity was really helpful in getting me through that point in life, because I was really redefining who I was and what I wanted out of, I'd shed a bunch of stuff that I didn't want or need anymore. And then I was like, I don't know what to do with myself now. So meditation especially really helped me figure that out. I think probably the most significant, meditation's often been a significant part of my life, but I feel like the most significant part probably started in 2020. We all know the pandemic was going on at the time. I don't know if you guys remember the supply chain issues that people were having, but I had just gotten my master's level Reiki. If you're not familiar with Reiki, it's a type of energy healing that is from Japan. So I had just gotten my master's level after almost probably a little over 20 years wanting to get that level, but I just couldn't find someone that I wanted to study with. So I finally found someone I wanted to study with, got that master's level, went on my merry way. And during the supply chain issues, I went to buy a candle that I've been buying these candles for a decade, loved these candles, always had at least one in the house. I went to the shop and the display was empty. And these were Reiki charged candles. The display was empty. I had 2 moments of panic where I was like, oh my God, what do I do? What if I can't ever get these candles? And then about 2 seconds later, I thought, wait a minute, I could make these. And it was the very calm, still voice that said that. Wait a minute, I could make these. So I went home and taught myself how to make candles. I ordered a candle kit, learned how to make them that way, and then I decided, okay, I'm going to start making these Reiki candles, one for each of the 7 primary chakras. I'd been studying this stuff for years. I got my Reiki level 1 back in 2002, so this again was part of my life quite a bit. And as time went by, I started meditating on how to make these candles, because I was doing what I would normally do, which is very in my head, very academic. So I made the first round of root chakra candles, and I had testers, so I took those candles to my testers, and for 2 days straight after that, I would be driving to work and I would just hear in my head, you have to use essential oils, you can't use fragrant oils. You have to use essential oils. I'd be eating lunch, you have to use essential oils. Like, trying to brush my teeth at night, you have to use essential oils. So I was like, okay, fine. So I sat down, my nightly meditation, after 2 nights of this, I sat down and I said, okay, team, because I have a team.
Wait, explain the team.
Yes, so a team, Napoleon Hill in his book, Think and Grow Rich, he talks about developing a team. And this happened before I ever read this book, but it was kind of a slow progression where the more I meditated, the more energies would come in, for lack of a better word. So now I have this team, and if I have a computer issue, I'll say, okay, computer guru, team member, come help me with this. And I'll sit down and I'll kind of meditate about it and then do what needs to be done, and I'll figure it out somehow, magically. It seems like magic, but it's really not. So I sat down to do a meditation. I was like, okay, team, if I'm supposed to use essential oils, help me out here, because for every 3 candles, I have to use over an ounce of oil. So if you think about it, like I can't be selling $50 candles to people. Like, nobody's going to buy these, even if they are essential oils. So I sat down and I meditated on that question, and within 2 days, I had found a wide world of wholesale bulk essential oil suppliers who had all of the spec sheets that Young Living and doTERRA have, showing how, showing the purity level and everything. And I did the math, and I was like, oh, I can make this work, and this won't be ridiculously expensive for people to purchase from me. So then I started a series of meditations involving each chakra. So every night after work, before bed, I would sit down and I'd go into meditation. I'd say, okay, beforehand, I'd say, okay, and I would ask, essentially, I want to focus on the root chakra. What essential oils are good for the root chakra? And I would meditate, and I would come out of meditation about 20, 30 minutes later, and I'd write everything down. And then the next morning, I would get up and I would do the academic part of it. So I would research those essential oils, and lo and behold, they were always right on target. Not only that, they were in my price point. So from there, I started developing, through meditation, my whole process from beginning to end of making these products. So some of you are familiar with these products. I know, like, you've seen me at the Holiday Bazaar and some of the other shows around town where I'm selling these candles. These are candles that I really poured all of my energy into, literally, not just the Reiki, but all of the time in meditation, going through each of the 7 chakras and each of the mantras that I use, and all of the everything that I do for the process. It was all developed through meditation. And then every time I bring something else on, like I do soaps, I do lotions, every time I brought a new product on, I would go through the same process. I would use that mantra and everything, but I would be like, okay, I want to develop this product. Team, help me. So every time something weird comes up, or there's a block, if I feel a block, I will sit down and I'll meditate. I usually meditate not every night, but I would say 5 to 6 nights a week. So I'm pretty diligent about it, but it's really changed my life in that respect. It's always been significant, but this whole process just blew me away, because people comment on these products that I sell now, and I'm like, oh, thank you, but it's not really me. I put them together, but kind of, sort of, not really.
But it is you.
It is me, but
Yeah.
it's a team, and I think it's higher. It's a higher power, my higher self. I don't know.
Yeah, it's your divinity.
Yeah.
And so, that's what happens when you get into meditation. You open yourself up, you open your mind up for other things that I'm sure making candles wasn't on your radar,
No,
right?
no.
At all. Yeah. And
Never.
having a little side business wasn't
No.
in your, exactly. So you open yourself up to new things that you might not have ever thought that you could do, that you wanted to do, or that you even thought that you had a passion for. So that's part, and then, I know you don't use affirmative prayer as much, but that's also what affirmative prayer helps you with. It helps solidify all that you hear in meditation, or once you start meditating on a regular basis, you will hear that small, still voice more. Like she said, you'll hear it, when you're
You're eating lunch.
While you're eating lunch.
Brushing your teeth.
Going to the bathroom.
Yes.
I mean, it does. It's all of a sudden you're like, wait, what? And then you question yourself, like, okay, this is just me thinking. This is not that small, still voice they were talking about. But if you really just let yourself go, what if this is the small, still voice? And then do what it says and see what happens. Now, if it says something that is hurting yourself or others, that is not your small, still voice, okay? So let's make that clear. Because there is a little fine line between your mind, your thinking, your ego, your human self, and the small, still voice, your higher spiritual self that is within you. So the more you meditate, the more you feel and you know which one is saying what. Okay? Now, people who don't do meditation might go, "You're crazy. You have two voices talking to you? Oh my gosh,
Or
have a
more.
nice day." Right? Well, see, and you have a team? Bye. But know that many high gurus, there have been many people, and now it is getting finally to be more of a practice that people are opening up to that intuition inside of them through meditation. When this all started happening, what were some of the doubts that you had? And how did you get over that?
Who am I to do this? I have a full-time job and a side gig already. How am I going to have time to do more? And, I think that's where the affirmative prayer came in. Like, I am, believe it or not, I am horrible in front of people. I am so nervous right now. I feel like I'm going to vomit, which is why I sit back there in the corner every Sunday. I'm really comfortable with behind the scenes. So when I have to go to a show, like an event where I'm selling my stuff, it's like I'm not a salesperson, but I have to be on. And I would say that that's when I started using a more affirmative prayer style of speaking to myself to get ready before the doors open. I'll set everything up and then I'll sit for 10, 15 minutes beforehand and use that affirmative prayer technique, like, this is going to be great. Visualizing what I want to see for the day, how I want to affect people that I talk to. So yeah, that's.
Yeah, and I know you guys don't know, but I've known her for a very long time. We were friends even before Unity, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been friends for so long, we don't remember how we actually met. But then when I saw her here the first time, I was like, Brenda, what are you doing here?
But she has grown, and I know that it's through all of the 5 principles that she has grown, because she does like to sit back there. But then there came a point where we needed a bookstore manager, and she just seemed like the obvious choice to me. I mean. So it's like, okay, you already run a business, so hey, do you want to run our little bookstore back there? And which she does fabulous at, and she also has her products in there also. But and then when I did the talk last month about prayer and meditation, she just came out to me and said, "I think I need to talk about that." And I'm like, well, look at this.
I don't know why, but I'm supposed to tell you.
Right? So she has evolved over time from going back there to then being in the bookstore where a lot of people come in and out of that bookstore. Mm-hmm. And so she's getting, people are getting to know her a little bit better. You're allowing that also, which is huge.
Well, and can I tell the story of how... Like when Brenda first said, "Oh, we're looking for a bookstore manager," I was back in that corner and I heard my higher self be like, "Oh, that sounds like fun." And then right after that, I was like, where did that come from? Oh, heck no. Like, I can't take on any more. And I told her that the first voice I heard in my head was, "Oh, that sounds like fun." And she was like, "Well, let's do it." No. She was like, yes, okay.
And I think I said, well, just go and pray and meditate about it.
Yeah.
Because that's always the answer for me. If I don't, if I'm confused, if I don't have an answer that's popping up in my head, if I have to make a big decision, and pretty much anything, I will pray and meditate on it. And it is different lengths of time, It could be a day. It could be 3 weeks. It really all depends on how I listen and when Spirit tells me, okay, this is what needs to happen next, or try this, or, and I'll hear that. So prayer and meditation is not just a woo-woo thing that sounds nice and fun. It really can change your life, and in different ways that you didn't even think of. And it can be a guide for you. But not only that, it opens up that connection to your divinity. And I know that some people that come into Unity, maybe for the first time, maybe for years, you didn't have any past religious trauma. But I know that some people do when they come in here. And it is really interesting to come in here and to feel like, okay, I'm hearing these things that might run up against old beliefs, right? But yet these new beliefs that you're hearing, like prayer and meditation, or your thoughts create your reality, those are very interesting to you. But yet at the same time, you have these old beliefs. Like maybe you had what was an old belief that you had that?
I'm not worthy. I'm
not worthy, right. So that old belief of I'm not worthy to, heck yes, I can run a business, right? Was like this. And sometimes when we get that friction, that's called chemicalization. And it can show up as a physical reaction, or could be spiritual or even emotional reaction in your body, because you are deconstructing. And that is not a small thing to do. You are deconstructing old beliefs and going into new ones. So give yourself some grace. I'm sure it took you a while, didn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, this was 2020 when I started the process with this business. And even before that, there were things that would come up from my meditation practice that didn't quite make sense. There's almost when you do it regularly enough and you have a practice established, there's almost a sense of having that connection all the time. So, and then it's just a matter of following it. Like, don't go to this gas station, go to that gas station. And you go across the street to the one you've never gone to. And then as you're pumping gas, you look over and something happens at the other one while you're over at this one. And so if you hadn't listened to that voice, you would be over at that one and you would be stuck for whatever reason. Maybe there was a car accident or something. So there's a sense of connection that develops over time.
Yeah, it's a relationship with your divine. I just did it Friday. A friend and I were going to go out to eat, and she said, "Where do you want to go out to eat?" And I said, "Oh, let's go to Jim and Jenny's." And instantly I heard, "Nope, they're closed." And I'm like, shush. They're not closed. It's going to be, whatever. And so we drove there, and Jim and Jenny's, they always go for a month to Greece, right? And guess what? They had just left. And I'm like, all right, I still need practice in this. What the heck? But when it seems like it's a small thing like that, I swear, we just doubt. But if you have a really strong sense of doubt, sometimes that can overrun your intuition. It really can. And I think part of that, I'm not worthy, or, outside, maybe religious trauma, or outside people going, this is woo-woo, And I would like to say to those people, yeah, you're right, it's woo-woo. And until you try it, bye-bye. So it's important, big things or small things, to trust yourself, to practice, and to listen. Even with this restaurant's closed. This restaurant's closed. And when you get reminders like that, like, oh, it's also learning, okay, I heard that. And now here's the result. So that lets me know that that was the voice I need to listen to. That's also a practice. And I would encourage you to write it down. Like, okay, Friday, tried to go to this restaurant and it was closed. I heard that it was closed, but I ignored it. So that way, when you go back, you can remember those times and you can go, okay, I see. What, from meditation, I guess, what was when you started meditation, did you feel like you had to do it a certain way or you had to get it right?
I didn't really, but I think that was because of my yoga teacher. He was very much like, now we're going to sit and be quiet. and he would always start with certain breath work. So we'd start with yogic breath work, and we'd do that for a couple of minutes, and then we would just get to a point where we were just sitting in silence. And like I said, sometimes he would go on for 15 minutes. Sometimes he would go on for 30 minutes. So I guess I didn't ever really have that, oh, am I doing this right? But so one of the other things that I did in 2020, after I got my master's level in Reiki, I decided to get certified in teaching and leading meditation. And what I tell students of meditation is the only wrong way to do it is not doing it at all. That's really it. Doesn't matter. There's so many different types of meditation. It doesn't matter what type you pick. Some people can't sit quietly, so they do a walking meditation. Some people can't visualize, so they do a different type of meditation. You know, there's so many different techniques of meditating, and it's because there are so many different people. Mm-hmm. Like we all have what resonates with each of us, and that's the key, is finding what resonates with you and then just showing up and doing it, because the only wrong way of doing it is not doing it.
Do you have a feeling, have you meditated with a group before? Like
yes.
A group meditation?
Yep.
What's the difference between that and individual?
Sometimes there's a greater level of energy that can be achieved in a group. I don't know if that makes sense, but when you've got a group of people in a room, especially I've been part of the meditation group here at Unity before, until I got so busy with the bookstore. But there's definitely an energy that's generated when you've got a group of people sitting together and focusing on the same thing or meditating on a certain topic. I know a lot of people are familiar with Joe Dispenza, and he's talked about that too, about how he goes into the science of how group meditation will change the frequency of something. So, and if you're not familiar with frequencies, come talk to me afterwards. I'll tell you all about them, because that's my jam.
You talked about, do you use a specific app?
I don't. I know there are a lot of apps out there.
Yeah.
When I meditate, when I'm at home, I have a certain process that I do when I sit down. I just invite my guides and guardian angels and my team to be with me. And if I have a specific question, that's when I'll ask the question. And then I just sit quietly and see what comes up, see what I feel, see what ideas come. But I don't use music, or I can do guided meditations, but at this point I don't do much of those either.
So when I was starting out, at ministerial school, I mean, it was just part of it. You were expected to meditate on your own. And so for me, I used to be worried about, okay, how long have I been meditating? And I would open up my eyes, 2 minutes. Oh. I gotta go more than that. And so I like the app Insight Timer because it has a timer on it, and it has a bell, so you can have a bell chime at the beginning and at the end. And for me, that's a good practice because I'm sure if I let myself, I could meditate now. Now I could meditate for half a day if I let myself. But with that timer, it helps me just relax into it and not worry about how long I've been meditating. And then it also has, like you talked about, guided meditations on there, some with music, some without music. It has just music if you like to, meditate with music. And then there's tons of things. So if you're interested, it's Insight Timer, and it's beautiful. It helped me start my practice. You can even set the timer for 5 minutes, or 2 minutes. I do 15. I do 15 minutes every day in the morning, and then they have some night ones that you can fall asleep to, and so I fall asleep to like a 3-hour one that plays while I'm falling asleep. So that's also a very helpful tool. Any last thoughts that you'd like to?
Just thank you. Thank you guys for having me up here.
Thank you very much. Yes. And I know that this was hard for you, but thank you. You did fabulous. So Alicia will be in the bookstore after service if you want to go talk to her, so please do. And if you have been supported by Unity of Omaha, please consider supporting us. You can text your amount to 402-543-5339 or on the website unityomaha.org. Click on that donate button, or also by the mail and the QR code. And let us say the abundance. Oh, wait, I need to say a few other things. Sorry, my brain went to meditation. Thank you for you being online. We see you, we love you, we feel your energy and know that you're with us, and we appreciate you. And for those of you here in the sanctuary, when you come up to give your love offering, even if you don't have one, or maybe you've given digitally, please take an affirmation, because this is the universe's message to you. And mine is, I will take time today to give thanks. Yes, I will. All right, let's say the prosperity affirmation together. I welcome abundance into every area of my life.
Good morning, y'all. Are y'all ready to get down with it? Come on. If y'all know it, get on your feet right now. We're gonna have some fun. Yeah. Hey. Raise the roof and hear somebody. Hey. All right. Yeah. Now y'all got to sing y'all part. Y'all know y'all chorus. I heard somebody say, burn, baby, burn. Yeah, burn, baby, burn. Burn, baby, burn. Burn, baby, burn. First verse, here we go. To my surprise, listen, 100 stories high, people get to loose, y'all, getting down on the roof. Look at here. Folks were screaming, all right, out of control. It was so entertaining. When the boogie started to explode, I heard somebody say, burn. Come on, burn. Disco Inferno. Hey, hey. Second verse, here we go. Satisfaction came in a chain reaction. I couldn't get enough, so I had to self-destruct. Look at here, yeah. The heat was on, rising to the top. Hey, everybody was strong. Then that's when my spark got. I heard somebody say, burn. Hey, burn, baby, burn. Come on, Disco Inferno. Special. Above my head, I hear music in the air. That's when I know there's a party somewhere. Here we go. Satisfaction came with a chain reaction. I couldn't get enough, and so I had to self-destruct. Listen here, yeah. The heat was on, rising to the tide. Everybody going strong, and that's when my spark got. I heard somebody say, burn. Disco Inferno. Come on, let me hear you say, Disco Inferno. Break it down, break it down, break it down. Okay, we're gonna have fun. Okay, keep your hands like this. Now just rock with me. Just rock. Move your body side to side. Let me help y'all. Just rock like I'm doing, 'cause I'm doing. Yes, we're doing. Come on now, just rock. Keep on doing. Keep on doing. Frank, keep on doing. Come on, break it down. Talk to me now. Y'all better give it up. Y'all like it so far? Y'all like this so far? Now I ain't gonna get in trouble because I don't want to get no phone calls saying I'm going too long. Do y'all want to hear some more music? All right. All right. All right. Yeah. All right. All right. Yeah, 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 yeah. Break it down one more time for me now. Michael. Come on, Michael. Come on, y'all, give it up for Michael. Come on, where you at? Raise it up. Come on, everybody. I heard somebody say, burn, baby, burn. Yeah, burn, baby, burn. Yeah, burn, baby, burn. Come on, burn, baby, burn. Come on, everybody. Burn, baby, burn. Wave your hands. Burn. baby, burn. Hey, hey, yeah. Burn, baby, burn. Last time. Burn, baby, burn. Come on now.
All right. Woo! We burn. Yes. Woo! That was great. Awesome. All right. So we did change it up a little bit. I'm sure you're all like, what the heck? Gratitude prayer, right? Okay. So we do, you know how I like change. Woo-hoo. And so instead of blessing, which we are still going to bless the tithes and the talent that we've had here today, we are going to give gratitude, okay, and appreciation, because that also has that energy of circulation. So let's do that right now. So we are going to give a lot of appreciation for all the fun that we've had here today, for the love, the harmony, but most importantly for the togetherness and connection. And this energy comes into Unity of Omaha and goes out to Unity Worldwide Headquarters, Silent Unity, but most importantly, the Omaha community and the world. And so it is. Amen. Amen. All right. Today's prayer chaplain, Terry, will be in the Peace Chapel after service. If you do need to be held in prayer, please go see her. Before we end, I do want to make an announcement, and I left this for the end. Those of you who did not get my email, Lee Calvin, who was a member here for many years, and a lot of times around Christmas she sang Ave Maria. She has passed. She passed Saturday morning, and so now her body is free. Her energy is with us today. I can feel it. But yes, and so we will be having services for her, but we haven't got all the details yet. And as soon as we have a service, I will send you an email and let you know. So let's all hold Lee's friends and her community in prayer, because their hearts are tender today, okay? All right. Okay, so let's say the prayer for transformation now, because along with Lee, we're all transforming, right? Right. The light of God is in me. The love of God moves through me. The power of God transforms me. And the presence of God is who I am. Wherever I go, God is, and all is well. Make sure you use prayer and meditation.